name is Jamie, and I know I look completely bizarre right now. I live in Saudi Arabia. I have a makeup collection that just keeps getting larger, so let's talk about it. If you're new here, hi. I have low production quality videos where I like to talk about makeup a lot, and I really favor indie brands typically, however not today. Today I'm going to be giving you kind of a blast from Makeup Past that is a new palette for me, but not a new palette in general. In fact, it's not even available right now on the website. And that palette is the Carli Bybel palette from ABH. So why would I do a video about this palette? Because it's not available. Does anyone have this in their collection anymore? Let's talk about makeup in general. Pull up a chair, grab some coffee. This is coffee. I have coffee and a little bit of peppermint mocha mixed into it. And let's test the palette. Let's talk about the palette. Let's talk about makeup. So I've prepped. I'm doing kind of something different with my prep recently because I was having like a weird skin reaction on my eyeballs, which was not cute. I am using the Beauty Creations Dare to Be Bright color-based primer in Whiteout. I need to get like a not white primer, but not today. It's whatever. And then I'm setting it with the Catrice Nude Illusion setting powder. Loose setting powder. Yeah, I really like this powder actually. You can see I've worn the like writing off, but it's quite a good powder. As I understand it, this palette came out in 2019. It is, how many shades? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 shades. And your standard ABH palette now, I believe, has less. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 shades. Same relative size, but the newer palettes have 2 fewer shadows in them. So, sorry if I'm flipping you off. So here's what happened. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna dip into I'm gonna dip into Cindy. I'm gonna do something different this time. So I have used this palette one time. I used Bowie, Bybel, and Libra, and Mandala. So I had a really pretty look. I took it to a horse show. I'll post it right here. But I'm gonna do something different today. So I'm gonna go into Cindy. I think I used Chai a little bit as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna put that in my crease. So 2019 Makeup Land. I wasn't in Makeup Land. I was in Saudi Arabia, but as much as I liked makeup, I wasn't buying it that much. So to say I missed out on the hype, the whole thing that everyone references back to say I missed out on it is a complete understatement at this point in time. 2016, when, you know, like the absolute height of the industry was happening, I was broke, not doing anything with makeup. I think I barely wore any makeup. To say I missed this launch is an understatement. I wouldn't have even known anything about anything. So to harken back into makeup history, I remember where I was when Lipstick Gate happened. I was in Egypt. And I remember like even just like the internet blowing up, and I can't even remember. I like was reading things and all I could think of was like, really? Is this what's happening? So, and like I said, I believe this palette came out in 2019, and I know that ABH was being taken over and things were happening with Narvina, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, whatever. I know this now, but at the time, no. That said, the shade is beautiful, Cindy. And yeah, that is beautiful. Suffice to say, This is a brand new palette to me. This is a brand new situation to me. I did not get on the ABH train at all. I had one palette that I got in 2021, and I got it for free. It was sent to me. That's just to say that, like, it's not that I just don't have the same history with these brands that a lot of people do. So I bought this palette for 20 doll hairs, what equates to $20, $25 in Saudi Arabia. And there are like bargain makeup or cosmetics websites that you can shop at. So the one I got this one from is Nice One. But there's a couple. There's this one, Nice One. And then there's Nemshi. Nemshi means we go. That's where I got this palette. And I would not buy this palette if it were not so discounted. I will say that I worry about these situations being like counterfeit, but I think that this is an authentic product. I've seen these older ABH eyeshadow palettes still for sale, not in Sephora, but in like, I don't know, just like weird stores. So I think that these palettes have been overstocked or something, and then it's like our version of, you know, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, something like that, but usually online. I don't know, it's just weird. And like I've seen these palettes floating around in like brick and mortar TJ Maxx like stores, and they're not like TJ Maxx at all. That's just the best thing that I can equate it to. They're not like that at all. I've even asked like girls at the counter, I'm like, are these products authentic that you know of? And they're like, oh yeah, they're fine. So I don't know. I'm gonna go, that was Stev that I put on each side, and I'm gonna go into Bowie. The other palette I'm looking at, just for fun, is the Jackie Aina palette. Again, that's one that I never owned. Well, I don't think I would have bought these if they were available, because ABH is just so expensive for what it is. I was curious kind of with the formula, but just, I don't know, curiosity killed the cat. Like, speaking of which, I will say this is not blending exactly how I would like. I have, are these like glitter? I have Aura and my Angels that I'm kind of looking at. This is Aura, this is my Angels. Other way around, this is my Angels, this is Aura. I think I'm gonna go in with Aura, just on my finger. I really thought that would be glittery, and it isn't. I will say that this is like a very girly palette. Like, I definitely see the logic in the color story. I really do like this mandala shade, that kind of purple. It's almost duochrome-y even. It's an interesting shade, Aura. I'm gonna tap in Moo, kind of this gold, for a bit more dimension. And I'm kind of bringing that above the crease just a little bit. I have kind of liked recently how that looks. I'm just going in with a liner brush, and I'm tapping in Bowie. I think it has some black left on it though, which isn't the worst either. I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup, and when we come back, I'll do the lower lash line and you'll see the pretty much finished look. we're back. I put some base on. I mixed 2 foundations. I'm gonna say this right this time. Do you know how hard it is to say? I mixed the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie, yes, foundation with the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation. I like both of these, but this is much too yellow and this is much too light. And they're both a bit drying, so I put them together and now I think it has turned out. I have been wondering how I should go on with my life using those 2 foundations because I like them theoretically and they were expensive. So I want to use them up, but they were not like sitting that great on my skin. So that is my current solution. Good job, Jamie. Good job. So I'm just kind of touching up my not real liner here. The brown liner that I'm doing is just with Bowie, and I'm just gonna line my lower lash line a little bit. Like, I know this is not a video that's gonna like do that well, but I've just been in kind of a headspace where I'm like looking back at old channels. I'm kind of just like assessing and evaluating the beauty community right now because it's weird, right? Like, what is going on with the beauty community? And I know what's going on. It's on TikTok now. But just like, I understand how we got there. It's interesting to take a look back at old content creators and see where they're at now versus where they were. That's the thing, is like checking out where they were even in 2019. You know what I mean? Like, it is a much different ball game now. And to be honest, I don't like it. It's not that I miss like the class, and the other thing too is that like, not that I was there, but like, I'm not saying we should go back to kind of the classic beauty guru style of videos, of course. Like, that's not what I want necessarily. And I feel like people have, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it seems like there is still a need for tutorials, I guess, because TikTok, but people don't want to watch that on YouTube. But like, it's not that I want to watch tutorial. I want to watch things. I don't know even how to describe it. I want to watch people try things, but I also want to be taught something. Like, I don't altogether want like a straight up tutorial, and I don't want necessarily a brand or product review. I want to do a little of both, you know? That's what I'm not like, that's not what I want to do myself. That's what I want to watch. Totally messed this up. So I lined with Bowie, and then I went in with Stev, and I blended out with Cindy. So, God, my tummy hurts from that peppermint situation. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna finish my makeup and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I like it. I was a little confused by it for a moment, but then with my hair down, it looks much better. Imagine. Does the palette hold up in what is now almost 2023? I think it does. I think it is still a really beautiful formula. I think it's a really beautiful palette. There's some things like blendability wise that I'm not like, oh my God, my eyelash just is achieving liftoff. Hold. So she's sort of back where she needs to be. I'm gonna press her down a little bit more. I can't tell if it's like my eyeshadow that's on, but yeah, it's my eyeshadow that's not blended that's making my eye look weird. Imagine. Not blending your eyeshadow makes your eye look weird. Anyway, I guess, what is the purpose of this video? Nostalgia. I've been watching like drama channels and some old YouTuber videos from 3 years ago, 2019, when the pre-pandemic, when the makeup community and makeup in general was starting to turn. So, as I understand it, 2020, obviously the industry took a big hit and everybody kind of had to reevaluate what was going on. But I believe like 2019 was one of the biggest years for makeup even. And then it has since recovered in 2021. So things are moving, but I can't quite calculate how. And TikTok, I think, is a driving force in that. And it's just unpredictable. Like, it's gonna be hard to understand where we're gonna go next. So, like I said, I kind of wanted to take a look back at a palette that, you know, I didn't have a chance to get a hold of at the time, and I wasn't part of the hype. And like I said, I never really was ever on board with anything of like hype related. I wasn't in the beauty space at all. I've always liked makeup, I've always appreciated makeup, but I wasn't ever understanding what the big deal was. So it's just interesting to take a look back. Anyway, Happy New Year. Let's see what happens moving forward in 2023. It's still 2022 right now. I'm pre-filming. You're welcome. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you got this palette and what you think, and what do you think is gonna happen to makeup in general in the next year? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, thanks, everything. Bye. Right now. Hey, boys. Hey. You think my cats are starving? But they got a bowl of wet food each when I got home. Okay, so we've come back briefly. I ended up starting my base a little bit. I put on a mix of the Pure Foreign... So I'm back, put some base on. We're gonna take it from here. I mixed the Pure Foreign Love...